Hi everyone, Meg here. Hope all is well. I had actually planned to do this video tomorrow. I was getting ready for bed and I just wanted to pull a card. And so then the card that came out, I was like, I just feel like I want to do this video now quickly and then share the card message because it's an important one that came out. So as you will see in my title video, on Saturday we were hit with Hurricane Dorian. It did end up being a Category 2. I had uploaded one of my latest videos on Saturday where I mentioned that we were in the middle of the storm and that it could be a Category 2. And then my power went out soon afterwards. And so it went, the storm off and on, when it went on for about 4 hours. The worst of it was maybe about an hour. Where I live, my building was shaking. On a very windy day, it will do that anyways, but it was actually pretty crazy. And basically sounded like a freight train was coming through my apartment. So this was a Category 2, so I cannot even imagine the Category 5 that hit the Bahamas. Obviously, most of us have been seeing the destruction, the decimation that has happened from that. And for the Category 2 that we got, I mean, those four hours were pretty scary. And then it stopped, and then it was eerily calm. And so at this point, so my landline was dead, my laptop was dead, and then I was, really conserving my cell phone usage because I wanted to make it last as long as possible. But I had seen a few updates that we were maybe in for a round 2. When I had looked at power outage updates, typically where I live, I think the longest where I am now, we were without power for about 6 hours. But then they were calling for it to not maybe be back until Tuesday. So I was just like, oh God. And so then the second round, there wasn't any rain, but the winds were pretty strong. That went on for about, 45 minutes or so. And then that was that. And so, during this time, as I mentioned in the description, just a few reflections I wanted to share. I often talk about how much I love shutout times, but that's by choice when I completely disconnect from the world. So, between Saturday and today, the power did end up coming back at around 4 today. It was just interesting because I was like, well, I can't really distract myself or, watch a movie or call someone. It was a weird feeling to be like that kind of shut off, like that kind of disconnected. And so yes, woke up this morning, I was just going to be honest, I was missing my morning tea. We didn't have running water. Those little luxuries that I think we oftentimes take for granted, but all I kept thinking was, well, I'll be able to have it soon enough. I know myself, to be honest, I was stressing a little bit that the power might not be back until Tuesday. I have my own business. I work from home, so that would mean I couldn't work tomorrow and possibly Tuesday, so that was a bit of a stress. But then I was thinking, I'm like, but it's only a couple of days. If it's Wednesday that I'm back to work again, at least I will be able to be back at work again. Because again, reading up about the Bahamas, the complete decimation, the death toll, the homelessness. And yes, we had, some destruction here for sure, but it can be repaired. From what I've seen, there hasn't been, crazy decimation. We did have a Category 2 hurricane back in 2003, which was pretty bad, especially, the parks and the forests were heavily decimated. But again, nothing like what a Category 5 hurricane can do. And so when the power came on, I had turned on, plugged in my phone right away, and I had a bunch of messages. And sure enough, a friend that's in town, they were like, we're having a barbecue, like pop on down. We hope that you get this. And it was amazing. I was able to go down and have a visit with them. And we basically did like a post kind of like hurricane little party. But we were talking a lot about, it's, what's that saying? Somebody is worse off than you. And we do take for granted the little things like running water, being able to have a shower, being able to make tea or coffee in the morning. And it is just a really, really humbling experience. And to all, like, the power people, the, emergency personnel, that put themselves out during this time, like to be so grateful for them. Even, you know, here it was, you know, the coffee shops and some of the fast food agencies that opened up where like they didn't even get a day off, you know, and crazy lineups and petrol stations, and just it's yes. And you know, for all those service personnel, I do not think they get enough credit. Yes, I'm going on a little bit of a rant there, but okay. Let me get to the card. That came out, and that's why I was like, I knew I wanted to do this video tonight. So, sorry. It is from Healing with the Fairies. And it is environmental awareness. So when this popped out, I was like, okay, because obviously most of us know what's happening with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, climate change, you know, the fact how all these changes are, you know, basically how their contributions to natural disasters, and how the Earth is changing, and in not a great way because of a lot of well, because of humans. So I want to read the booklet description because I just think these are messages that we, you know, could all be reminded of, even though there are many very aware and conscious people out there already about this. Okay. So the fairy kingdom is very concerned with the health of Mother Earth. By drawing this card, the fairies are recruiting you to become involved in environmental matters. You have the power to make a huge impact on our planet. Earth is a living, breathing being, and the fairies are calling upon you to help her. Your contributions could include recycling, picking up trash while on your nature walk, switching to environmentally friendly cleaning products, getting involved in an environmental protection group, becoming a vegetarian, or educating your children about the fragility of nature. When you spend time outdoors, mentally ask the fairies for guidance on how to make your contributions to Mother Earth's well-being. The fairies will give you answers in the form of thoughts or feelings by arranging a synchronistic opportunity, or by helping you use your unique talents to help educate others about environmental concerns. And then there's an affirmation that says, "It feels good to nurture my planet with loving care." And I know even though it mentions the fragility of nature, my goodness, obviously we cannot not mention the power of nature and its destructive force. And again, as most know, with climate change and what is happening within the environment, and how this is affecting these natural disasters. So that is, you know, basically just a little share, really more so, about pointing awareness to this card, environmental concerns and whatnot. But just, yeah, as I mentioned, I just share on my channel, and just sharing, you know, what went through, literally it was 26 hours. And there are still so many people within my area that are without power. So I am so grateful. So grateful that it came on sooner than expected. I had a hot bath earlier and it was amazing. So again, it's just, you don't realize how grateful we should be. And sorry, wanting to quickly mention lastly about gratitude. Gratitude is something, and I mention this a lot in my videos, is what I do every single day. I wake up and say out loud or think about 3 gratitudes, and I end my day the same. And I obviously still did that during the storm. And because yes, I was grateful for what I did have, even though some things were quote unquote lacking, but they would be back in no time. Whereas others are indefinite without certain resources and the luxuries that so many of us have. Okay, so my Meg rant, Meg talk, Meg cast about all that stuff is over. Thank you so much for anybody that does watch. And yeah, lots of hugs and lovies. Okay, bye.